Cold day on the farm, y'all. I think it was the low of 46 today. Supposed to get up in the low 60s. So I'm coming to check things out. So here are the mustard greens growing beautifully. Now, what I've noticed about the leaves on these, now we're keeping this for right now. It's overseeding. And as you can see, these are drying out. Beautiful for us because we can take these mustard greens that are overseeding and we can save those for next season. Great sign. Now, I noticed with the wind blowing that the leaves are getting firm. I like that. As the leaves are getting firm, that means they're going to produce a bit more of sugar. They're getting stronger. Great for the harvest that's coming up, so y'all be patient with us. And if you've been following us, as you know, all that stuff is cleared out. So look at how it's growing back. And here are some other mustard greens that we have had planted. And I want you all to see the difference in the leaf in these. Different variety. It's almost like kale, right? It's almost like kale. It's in our garden, let me do. It texture like kale, just like mustard green. And then right down here, these are our medicinal herbs down here. Neela, our amazing intern, she is working on covering those this week. So one of my buddies right here, pretty sure they want something to eat. But I'll get to them in a minute. So, just out here checking things out. Well, peppery. Think about farming. Doesn't matter what the weather is. You still got to get out here, make it happen. But I know with all the concerns you have about SNAP, I get it. What we are working on right now is reaching out to corporations and funders because we need support as a farm. This, what you see over there, we can feed people now. We prepared to have food to feed people now. So what we're needing are supplies and equipment to get some more wind covering and cover up what we planted a couple weeks ago so we can increase our yield. So as you see, the wind blows. Those are our collard greens. As the wind is blowing, it kind of blows them over. So they need protection. We have these blackberry bushes that they act as a shield, but we definitely need more. So as we're talking about the government shutdown, limited funds, all that, keep in mind the local farmer. Farmers like us. Yes, I am a farmer. Farmers like us. This food goes out to restaurants, can go to pantries, can go to food banks, because we are actually growing food. We're growing food. So these are the cabbages, and we seeded about a little over 2 weeks ago. Look at this turnip. Look at that. Look at that turnip. We grew that. It's windy. We grew that. So we have more turnips. These are naturally grown. All we did was till the soil, prepare it without chemicals. And we planted these. Look at this. Look at this. Turnip. You see it? It's like probably this big. So, and then our garlic. We're ready to spring. So this is our elephant garlic that's coming up, ready in the spring. So how we protect those? Then we have to buy mulch and hay that won't seed to cover them up. There's a lot of work that has to be done. And farmers do this. So let's not forget about our agricultural community, Oklahoma. Let's not forget about them, because when the donations dry out, when you need someone who's producing food, we're part of that community. Not just advocating for Growing for Good Farm. I'm saying this for all farmers. So there are producers, cattle ranchers, and farmers. For them, we need funding as well. So I want you to consider making a donation to us, because what we need is to protect the yield that will grow. We have a holiday coming up, and people are concerned about, of course, they're concerned about not being able to eat, not being able to provide a loving environment through food, or the stresses of money. We have food here in the garden, and we are preparing for next year as well. But we need your support financially. We are also a place that we can receive food donations that get directly into the hands of people. We are going to be the source. We are the hub. So we're doing all this hard work, and we're out here maintaining the farm. We have some volunteers coming out on Friday from Langston, some students in the agricultural department who want more experience, hands-on experience. So we're grateful for them. But we have food. We have food. And how we're doing this food is, you have to follow us. You need to be connected to us on our social media platforms. We are transitioning away from the popular platforms. So we're moving some of our content and information to our subscription base, which helps fund us. We're not doing it because we're trying to get rich. We're doing it because we have to maintain this farm. But y'all, we are growing food. And look at this. We have some visitors for the next month. Look at all these cows. Look at all these cows. Look at these cows. These cows that we have here, many of them are our visitors. These cows came from another black rancher in Spencer. So they will be with us for another month as we're growing our cattle program here too. This is the work that we're doing. This is why we need your support and your help, because with your support, not just with your donations, with your financial gifts from corporations, if you work for a company that supports local agriculture, that supports the food and beverage business, go to your HR director, go to your boss and say, hey, there's a farm in Spencer that they've been growing food. They've had a lot of great success. Yes, we are affected by the government shutdown, but we are busting our butts to make sure that we have food to give out. Even if it's just greens and leafy greens, we are a food source that's getting food to people in an area that is food insecure. We've had some great success. In probably in less than 3 months, we harvested and donated over 15 pounds of food. When we harvested, we did that with our partners here at Growing for Good Farm and our Growing for Good community garden. But we can do more. We can do more. So do not forget about your local farmer. Do not forget about those businesses that show up at the farmers markets. I'm speaking for the ones who grow food, who are producers. People like us who have to figure out, how do we protect these greens? And we have more garlic coming up down here. Carrots. We're not sure if those carrots will actually grow because, we tried it, the plant, it didn't come out, but you never know. It's too late for us to start seeding something else or transplanting it in because it's getting too cold. But this is the work that you do as a farmer. I'm not complaining at all. I'm passionate. I'm blessed. Our team at Growing for Good Farm, we are blessed to be able to do this. This is a blessing to be able to do this. Yes, it's hard work, but it is a blessing to be able to say that we have something to give to our community, but how we need your support. Not just showing up when we have food to give and when the times that it is free. Because let me be clear, we are only going to give away a third of what we grow. A third of that goes to our restaurant partners. And another third of that we will maintain for the farm, and we will sell to keep the farm operational. We have to do that. So we will not just be a free resource, and we are also Going to be a model. This is going to be a model for us in this quarter-acre spot of our farm to educate others on how to grow food and how to establish a farm as well in their own neighborhoods. Just imagine when we finish the model and our operating procedure for this quarter acre right here. Imagine being able to take the exact blueprint that we create and say, if we follow this plan, you too can have a quarter-acre farm, a producing garden in your neighborhood. When I say neighborhood, I'm talking about on your block. Those vacant lots, you can put that quarter acres, take that model, this quarter acre in your own community, and grow about 10,000 pounds of food. That's what we're going to do. That's who we are. Training, teaching, educating. That's what we're going to do, not just in Oklahoma County, but across the state. And the conversations have already begun outside of the state of Oklahoma already. If you know me, you know where I'm going next. So just wanted to share with y'all that. But keep us in mind. Seriously, keep us in mind. Because we are farmers. We are producing food throughout the fall, winter season. We had a great conversation with Representative Alicia Timmons yesterday. We talked about what we can do policy-wise as we're getting ready for the second 60th section, the 60th session for the Oklahoma legislature. Talked yesterday. We have our support. We're grateful to have our support as we continue those conversations with bills and legislative suggestions. I gotta check in the bees now. So these are our bees. They're not out on the boxes when it gets cold. They stay inside and they warm up inside. So working on that. So hopefully we'll be able to have honey that we will be able to produce in the spring as well. And our blackberry bushes, I'm so excited about the blackberry bushes that we'll have for the spring too. So on our farm, on the Growing for Good farm, we'll hopefully have honey. We definitely have blackberry bushes. And in this area here, this will be another 4 acres that we are adding on to grow food. Another 4 acres. It's 2-acre section. Back in that 2-acre section too. Just imagine going into the spring, summer harvest, that we'll have 4 acres of food that we're growing. 4 acres. With the potential for us to produce 30 to 40,000 pounds of food on this farm for the spring and the summer. Our goal by 2030, you never know who's trying to creep up on the farm. Our goal by 2030 is to grow 100,000 pounds of food annually. We just became an official farm. Well, Growing for Good was launched, the farm was launched in June. Growing for Good Community Garden was launched. The idea was last year, we started harvesting in May. Planting in May. So I would say the community gardens came out in March. And then just 3 months later, we have a farm. God moves expeditiously when you respond to his calling and obedience. And this is what we've been able to do in a short period of time. We're not trying to be the first of anything. We're not trying to be the largest of anything. But what we are here to do is be impactful through food. We are here to shorten the line. Shorten the line in food means decreasing the dependency on programs and assistance. And for us to do that, we have to teach people how to grow. I am learning in the process as well. And what I love about this journey is that I have people around me that get it too. We got workers. I couldn't do this without Mike. We grew up together as family. I couldn't do that without him. I couldn't do this without Langston. I couldn't do this without an intern either. I couldn't do this without the strategic team that we have in the School of Agriculture and applied science. I couldn't do this without Micah Anderson. I met Micah, I think what, 6 years ago? Met Micah 6 years ago. And all these people have been connections from relationships that we build. So this isn't about Apollo. This isn't about Bigger Than Food or OKC Black Kids. This isn't about me individually. This is being obedient to what God's called to do and building relationships in the process. And that's the beauty of food. I would have never known that I would be out here on the farm. I would have never known that I have horses and cows on a farm that I own. Would have never known. But that connection back to my family has made this worth it. So am I nervous? Am I a little bit concerned? Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I'm concerned. I have family members that depend on SNAP benefits. They depend on that. Because money's tight. It's Oklahoma. Let's just be real. Well, let me tell you the truth. Our state is in this position because we're not producing tax revenue. We're not generating revenue from small businesses. We're not generating revenue from corporations, from creating enough tax revenue generating businesses, products, services. That's why the creation of business is important. This is an economic conversation. So the more we create, the more we produce, the more skills that we provide, that we allow other people to learn, be self-sufficient and sustainable and be sovereign. Sovereign, you're not depending on anyone else. We're learning that in the process. We're not getting it perfect. But the more we're able to do that, the more prosperity that we have. So I'm gonna show y'all real quick. These are the raised beds. These are the medicinal raised beds that Neela is making. And I tell y'all, she is, hey, that little pistol starter. I gotta get her a nickname. But she's built these. This is her project on the farm. I'd like to say this is like her capstone. So she is in there and then over there too. So she's done a lot of work. It's cold out here, so go ahead and stay warm and work out in the greenhouse in Langston. But medicinal herbs, crops that we'll have throughout the year, fruits and vegetables, all this stuff we're doing, y'all. And because we're doing this, this is why it's even more important that corporations and foundations, where there is state appropriations, county, we are in Oklahoma County. We are in the northeastern part of Oklahoma City, in the eastern part of Oklahoma County. That means we should be a person, should be a farm, that our doors should be being busted down for people wanting to figure out how they can support us. We're not begging, but I am going to call it out. We are growing food. This is the farmhouse. We're going to be adding more and more and more. So that is even more of a reason why corporations and foundations do not forget about the local farmer growing food that can grow food to get out. Our goal for this section over here was to do 3,000 more pounds of food. Because of the government shutdown, that is possibly at risk for us. We're going to fight tooth and nail to make sure that we do our part to ensure that we have food to give to people. That we have food that folks can buy. And it'll be so ridiculous how small of a cost it will be to buy from us that people will think that we're crazy. But we're being responsible with our spending, with our access, with our resources. Because healthy food should not be expensive. Healthy food should definitely be affordable. And we're not growing food for people that have middle class, upper class income. We're growing this food for our neighbors. So again, this is my call to action. Those, if you work for a company, you work for an employer that is passionate about local farmers and agriculture. But even if you have a manager, or if that's you, make a donation to the farm. You can text all one word, growing for good, all one word, to the number 53555 from your mobile device. You'll get a link to make a donation directly to your phone to make a donation today. We do have things we have to take care of to protect those crops with this weather declining. The first frost is tomorrow. It's going to get colder, but we need to protect our crops so we can increase our yield so we can feed people during this time where access to food is uncertain because of the government shutdown. We are not going to be dependent on whatever happens with the government. We're going to do our part. And what we can do is grow food. And we're preparing for next year. I'm looking forward to your support. And if you would love a tour of our farm, send us a message or comment below, and we'll make that happen. But we are going to do our part, and we are going to feed people. And this naturally grown food at Growing for Good Farm will be at your table. And next year, just know, we're going to document the process to give you confidence that when you come out here early next year and you see us transforming this additional 4 acres out here on the farm, then you're going to know we are a food hub and a resource in the eastern part of Oklahoma County and in the northeast part of Oklahoma City. I am a farmer. I'm a black farmer, and damn sure proud of it.